everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to show you how I make my brown stew fish. Here I have some carrots that I cut diagonally. I have some tomato. I have some spring onion or scallion or green onion, whichever one you call it. I have some onion. I have some okra that I cut straight down the middle. I have thyme. And I'm also going to add some bell pepper at the end. I have a scotch bonnet pepper right here. I've already washed and chopped up all my vegetables because when I'm cooking I like to be prepared and just go at it. Today I'm just going to be showing you how I do it. It's going to be just one fish I use, but you can use any amount of fish you want and just up the recipe. Here I have a parrot fish that I bought it at my local farmers market. They have cleaned it, but you have to come back and clean it behind them just to make sure it's clean. I've washed it with lime and vinegar, and now I'm just pat drying it to make sure I get off as much as of the water as I can possible, because we don't want all that popping with the oil. So I'm just drying it as much as possible as I can. Then we're gonna season it. So here I have my seasoning. I have some salt, some fish season, some Maggi season, black pepper, some vegetable season, and some ground up pimento, garlic, and ginger. I'm just gonna mix that all together, and then we're gonna season our fish. If you can season this overnight and let it sit, or if you can let it sit for a few hours, that will also work as well. I'm just gonna mix this up. And I'm gonna season my fish. So this is how you're gonna do it. And you wanna rub it in, but be careful so you don't get cut by the fish. Get it underneath. You wanna get it on the inside as well. You want your fish to be well seasoned. You can have this with rice, or you can have this with boiled food. You can also add some oil to your fish before you start seasoning it, so the season will hold more. But this is my fish. You see the season, it's well seasoned. I'm just gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes before I start to fry it. As I said, you can leave it overnight or for a few minutes. A few hours before you start cooking it. Then my fish, it's well seasoned. And then I'm gonna let it sit for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and fry it. So here I have the fish in my pot. I did add some minced garlic to the oil while it was heating up, so the oil will have more flavor, and infuse that in the fish. You can add chopped garlic or fresh garlic if that's your style. But here we're just frying off our fish. We're going to fry it on both sides, maybe 3 minutes on each side, and then we're going to take it out the oil. Carrot fish is not my favorite fish to work with. I prefer red snapper over it, but this is what we have today, so we're just gonna let it work. We're gonna use the same pot to cook and make our sauce for the brown stew fish. I am not deep frying it, I'm just shallow frying it, but if adding more oil is your preference, you can definitely do so. So I finished frying my fish, I've poured off the oil. I'm going to use the same pot. I'm not going to throw this away because this is what's going to give your sauce, your gravy flavor. I'm just going to scrape up some of it off the bottom though. And you don't want to toss away that oil just in case. If you need it, just pour it off and set it aside. As I said, I leave a little bit in my pot. You don't want to pour this off. You want to leave all of this in your pot because it's going to help to build your flavor. Now I'm going to add all my veggies. I'm just gonna let this saute for a bit before I start building my sauce for my fish. This smells so good already, guys. I'm gonna add some more oil from what I poured off. I add some boiling water. I'm going to add boiling water, so I'm boiling some water, but in the meantime, I'm going to add a few pimento seeds. Not a lot. So in here I have carrots, I have okra, I have tomato, onion, scallion, and thyme, and a Scotch bonnet pepper. I didn't chop it up. I left that old. Whole. So we're just sauteing these, as you guys can see. And we're letting that flavor build and infuse in these veggies. So while I wait on my water to boil, I have some sweet pineapple pineapple pepper sauce. I have some browning, I have some Scotch bonnet pepper, and I have some ketchup. That remaining season I have left over, I'm going to add that to my pot as well. I'm gonna add my pineapple sauce. If you guys have never tried pineapple brown stew fish, you guys need to try it. I have a recipe where I actually add actual pineapple pieces to it. It's super delicious. You guys should definitely give it a try. This is really spicy, so be careful with how much you add. I'm gonna add my browning. So I'm gonna let this come to a boil, and then I'm gonna add my fish. Bear in mind you already fried your fish, so you don't need a lot of cooking time on it. This is where you also want to taste test to make sure you have, if you need to add more seasoning, and make sure everything is good before you add your fish. I did need to add some more salt, so I did. I'm gonna add my ketchup. I'm gonna bring this to a boil, and then we're gonna add our fish. And as I said, guys, this already smells so good already, and it has all that fish flavor from all that stuff that was at the bottom of the pot. Okay, so my sauce is boiling up. We're gonna add our fish in. Hope you guys are seeing it. That's the sauce right there. And you can smell it already, it's really good. We're gonna add our fish. We're gonna make space for it. And I said these were parrotfish. I'm just gonna try to get it, some of these stuff on top, so it can sit perfectly in that sauce. And there we have it. We're gonna let this sit for about 10-15 minutes, and then we have brown stew fish. And we're gonna have this with some boiled food. I have green banana, rye plantain, corn, sweet potato, not the orange one, but the Jamaican or the Caribbean one, and green bananas and regular potato. And here we have our brown stew fish. This is the tail part, already plated up. So you guys can see the inside. It's all cooked and yummy. I'll tell you guys, this is delicious. I just know it.